So this world, man, a very selfish, inflated world that I do not even feel comfortable acting around people that are actors. I cannot be an actor in this world because I have a lot of problems and I can't pretend like everything's okay when that's the furthest thing from the truth. And I can't afford to be in this world. At least California, at least California and, other states as well, as the prices are going up for the cost of living, and things like that. It makes it very difficult for people like me that have a whole bunch of body pain to find good massage therapists, good physical therapists, things like that. I can do only so much on my own, but I feel like I'm up against a lot sometimes with my uncomfortable body that I'm living in as well. It's tough, man. I feel really down, but at the same time I'm realizing what that means for me at the moment. And that to not take anything too seriously, as things may change and get better, and the hope for that still remains, but it's quite difficult to live right now. It's quite difficult to compete with all these other rats in the race to the finish, as I just simply cannot match their pace. All that they have, all that they pay for, families, relationships, work, gym, this, that, the other. It's constant, time being spent for invested into, and it's quite difficult to find answers to problems that I'm having as my mind starts to deteriorate, as my mental health gradually gets worse. I don't know how to think positive necessarily in a world that's very difficult to be in, and people don't want to help unless they're getting paid. And we're in a flawed system. We are in a flawed system of one against the other, selfishness. People like to say, "Oh, I'm here to help," and maybe they get some relief here and there, but nobody's trying to help people that really need help. Everybody's just trying to. It's a selfish world, man. And to get a wife and to get children, you have to be financially stable, which means you're going to have to step on toes to get up that ladder to get any type of merit, right? You can't just be the bottom of the barrel having a family and kids. Your wife is going to have to work, and she's not going to want to do that. She's going to want to stay at home with the kids and raise her children, which makes perfectly good sense. I get that. It really sucks, man, for that to be the reality of this life that I've always wanted to be in. But it's getting harder and harder, and I'm accepting the fact that things are changing things are going in a selfish direction. And I don't know how to compete with that. I really don't. It's like, people are giving up on me, and then in turn I choose to give up on myself. It's like, it's just, I can't hold the torch. I can't. There's only so much I can do that You know, I need help from other people to, you know, I need help from other people to help as well, because I need a lot of help. And I'm happy to ask for help, but at the same time, like, it's like at the same time, you know, I really commend the people that are doing all they can. You know, it makes sense. They're really trying their hardest to make it by, and you know, with all the pain, quote unquote, that they experience. You know, I know I'm not the only one in physical pain and mental suffering, mental decline and stuff like that, but you know, I can barely function on these supplements and things that I'm doing to try and just to be normal, just to, you know, make my brain in a happier place to where I can do the bare minimum. You know, it's very difficult for me. So because of the pain, because of I can only stand for so long, I can only sit for so long. Like, I have this organ pain coming up in the middle of the night that I'm waking up from, and I'm like going to the doctor and only getting so far. You know, they're only doing these certain tests. They don't really care about my health. They don't really, you know, have any insight on what they're just doing certain tests. I mean, yeah, they may have their protocols and this and that, but like, I don't know, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be as healthy as I can, and it's just really hard. It's really hard, man.